Hey, how's it going? This is your Daily Sweet Talk for April 19th, 2023. What kind of sponges am I supposed to, like, you need a sponge to clean the floor, right? And the countertop and the dishes. Are those all supposed to be different sponges? I use all different sponges for those. Obviously, I mean, you're not going to use the floor sponge to wash dishes, right? That'd be nasty. But right? That'd be nasty, right? Like there would still be germs on the sponge, but I mean, it's supposed to be cleaning up germs anyway. I don't know. Do germs hold? I mean, sponges hold germs. Sponges hold. Sure, probably. I mean, if you use a sponge to clean the floor, it's gonna have dirt on it always. It's just gonna be like on the sponge. I got a duster. I have a duster. It's got one of those. It's a Swiffer, like removable thing. I have no idea how to use this thing because it's supposed to be like you use it to just sweep off a few surfaces and then you toss it or you rinse it or whatever. I use it once, one shelf. It's got dust on it. What? It's not going to clean up more dust. It has dust on it now. And so I try to rinse it off, but it's dust. It's not gonna rinse off a fabric. It just turns into mud because it's dirt. Because dust is dirt. So what do you do with that? What do you like? How are you supposed to clean dust? But anyway, sponges. So I mean, when I'm washing dishes, I don't know if I've talked about how I wash dishes. When I'm using a sponge on the dishes, I they're already clean because I've soaked them and in water. I've soaked them. Well, obviously in water, not in soapy water. Just right. Yeah, I won't use soap until I use the sponge usually unless it's like something greasy. But if there's like stuff caked on, I just soak it and then rinse it and then rub it off with my fingers if I have to. And then I clean off. It doesn't have any food or dirt or anything on it, but I wipe it down with a sponge to kill germs and food particles that are not visible and stuff like that. But if there's food on it and I clean it with the sponge, then there's going to be food on the sponge. It's not going to come. What am I going to scrape it off with my fingers? It doesn't just come off. And it's the same thing if you use a sponge to clean the floor. Maybe I'm stating the obvious here. But are you supposed to have a different sponge for the floor and the counter? How many sponges am I supposed to have? Where am I supposed to keep all these sponges? I just throw them under my sink. Not the one for the dishes. I keep that on top of the sink. I keep, if I want to wash a countertop, am I supposed to use the same sponge if I wanted to wash my desk? Am I supposed to use the same sponge for like the kitchen counter? If I'm cleaning food off the kitchen counter, isn't that sponge is gonna be dirty now? So it might as well be a floor sponge. But then I need a new counter sponge. What is the sponge procedure supposed to be? How are sponge? I feel like this is another thing where I feel like I'm just doing it wrong. So I'll just say what I do, and you tell me what am I doing wrong. I have a sponge for the sink. I feel like I'm doing that correctly. And then if it gets worn down enough, I use it for a floor sponge or something. Yep. And I have one like countertop sponge I keep under the sink, and one floor sponge I keep under the sink. And if I clean something off the floor, I just have a dirty floor sponge. What am I going to use that to clean the floor? Well, now it's dirty. So I'm supposed to put it in the washing machine? Like, what do I do with this? I don't know.